big storm.
MG. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Explain this.
Nah, them trash bags. Who that is? Do that like who's ain't folk?
Hey, bro. Hey, wait a minute. Go back to the street. Something on the
Hey, man. Who that was running through there like Hussein folk, man?
I mean, look at Maryland, bro. What's going on with these new storms 2026? I ain't never seen this before. It's a whole nother world out there in New Mexico, bro. Look at this. Look at all this light.
Check this out, family. I already know y'all gonna be in the comments and say AI.
It's scary. There's a crayfish and it's still alive.
Man, what's good with the collective? Y'all know we back with another banger, another reaction. I appreciate everybody who been tapping in, running up, and subbing up. If you new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7. This is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps Collective grow, helps Collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But I appreciate you if you're watching on your TV, whatever the case is. I wish it was smooth 7. Might be a trigger warning or 2. I hope not. But I did see some of the comments and y'all keep asking, when the new music coming? We want new music. Trust me, bro. I want new music. But every time we get close to getting something fully done, like a complete album, something goes wrong. Whether we get scammed out of a verse, the verse don't come through, the person we want on the verse just didn't work out, the beat can't be bought. It's something, bro. It's something. And also I wanted to go ahead and tell y'all, to those who watch, to those who are a part of the collective, who also does music too, who wants to do music, and y'all have hit me about features, I got y'all. But when the time is right, I'm gonna have y'all send all y'all stuff to a certain email, not my email now, a certain email. Y'all will send me y'all stuff. I will select who I want to put on the album, things like that. You gotta be hot, bro. And if I didn't even get to your music in time, I apologize ahead of time. It's nothing personal. But I do want to give the collective a chance to do some music with me first before I just go get random people or somebody who don't even, you know, rock with us or rock with me or rock with what we building or who I am. So I'm going to get that to the collective first. But when the time is right, I will let everybody know. I'll send y'all straight to the email to send everything to. Y'all send me y'all songs, we can work. I'll send y'all some stuff. Y'all get put on the album. I'll pay y'all for a feature too. I'm not just going to get you on no album and you working for free. That's what we not gonna do. But I appreciate y'all. I love y'all collective. Y'all know what it is, man. We gonna get rocking today. It's gonna be better than yesterday. Y'all know what it is, man. Let's get straight to the video, man. Let's go.
All of our natural food is being genetically modified. The air, they're spraying it with chemtrails and trying to block the sun, and we need the sun. They got us chasing money until we die while they sit back and live forever because they have that type of knowledge. And they also control religion. This is where people stop at religion. You think they lied about everything else and have been tampering everything else, but they won't do it with religion? Reptilians have been controlling religion. This is why everybody fights about it. I'm Christian, so I don't want to shoot. I'm Muslim, so I don't want to. And it just keeps on going on and on and on and on. When are y'all going to realize that this is way bigger? This is what we need to see in the world. Everybody uniting because love is more important than our beliefs. Right now, the reptilians are controlling humanity completely. But once we realize that we're not the enemies and they are, that's when everything changes. They fear this. We need to come together, all of us, everybody of all kinds, humans.
I gotta say, I agree with him.
What is going on in Bali? You might be seeing videos pop up on your FYP of demonic-like figures. So one can only ask, what are they? And why were they created to begin with? Well, just before the island enters its most sacred day of silence, giant statues rise above the crowds. These statues play a very important role in Balinese culture leading up to Nyepe, the Balinese Day of Silence. Nyepe marks the Balinese New Year according to the Saka calendar. But see, Nyepe is not about fireworks or parties like normal New Year's. No, the entire island pauses. For 24 hours, there are no flights, no traffic, and no work. It is a day dedicated to reflection, meditation, and restoring balance. Before that silence arrives, there is first a powerful cultural ritual. That is known as Ogo Ogo, which represents the Bhutakala, spiritual forces in Balinese Hindu belief that symbolize chaos, but also negativity and imbalance in this world. And rather than ignoring those forces, the Balinese give them a physical form by creating these statues made out of various materials such as bamboo and cloth. Bringing them into the streets symbolically confronts that negative energy. It's a beautiful and very powerful culture, and instead of disrespecting it, you should instead choose to research into it.
Why is the opening of the Olympics showing a pentagram? Why was there a scary looking bull? Why do they have that? Is it supposed to be Moloch? Why is there a golden cow behind them? Like when Moses was freeing the Israelites and they were worshiping a golden calf. Why are they around it in a circle? Why do they have this ginormous baby at this opening? Why do they have a bunch of kids in a bunch of hospital beds? And what is this big scary thing supposed to be? And why is it holding a needle? Why are they showing the one eye? They said this is supposed to be an energy harvesting spiral. Some people say this is supposed to be the Last Supper scene, but this girl says that it's just the origin of the Olympics. I don't know. What do you think all this means?
I just got one question. And you probably have the same question. Who the f were those doors for?
Bro, Giants, I know I'm gonna say this, and I speak for a lot of people when I say this. Some I do, there's some I don't speak for. It pisses me off when I know what they wrote in history books ain't what the hell I'm seeing. That's one thing that it hits the nerve, bro. What's y'all thoughts on that? Can y'all agree? Am I speaking for a lot of us here? Let me know.
Y'all ever heard of Deception Island, Antarctica? This is the very first time ever hearing about this. But look at the structures, bro. Is that an oil barrel? Look at these old dilapidated homes, but look at these giant structures. What is this guy? So can now anybody go in Antarctica and explore Antarctica? Is this part of the distraction too, bro? But do y'all notice that the ice is missing? And hold on, y'all. Tell me you seen that Will Smith Pole to Pole documentary where they exposed Antarctica and they said it's a desert. Check this out.
Hydration is so important out here. You know, Antarctica holds like 60% of the world's fresh water. Yeah, it's the world's largest desert.
So this is a desert.
Yep. It's nuts, isn't it?
I don't feel like I'm in a desert right now.
Different to what we imagine, isn't it?
In your mind, when you see snow, you assume water.
Yeah.
A snow desert. That's amazing.
See, another thing we've been lied about. Again, it's called Antarctica. It's not frozen, it's not cold. And then what is snow? Because he says when you think of snow, you think of ice. But this is a snow desert, he said. What is that? But nonetheless, the truth is coming out, bro. Something is getting ready to happen because the sun is popping off. But this is a great documentary. There's a lot of gems in here if you haven't seen it, y'all. But yeah, bro, we been told y'all, man, Antarctica is a desert. And not only a desert, but the world's biggest desert, bro. Let me know what you guys think about this video, man. The shift is here. The planet's heating up. Let's continue to get it. Peace in.
You know, Antarctica holds like 60% of the world's fresh water. Yeah, it's the world's largest desert.
So this is a desert.
I hope that clip can stay in for copyright.
A woman named Laura Silsby went to Haiti for disaster relief in 2010, and she was actually caught 33 children at the border of the Dominican Republic. And the Clintons helped, I wouldn't say pardon her, but Bill Clinton had a special connection to the UN, and he lowered her charges, and she came back to the US, and guess where she's working now? She's working for AlertSense, which is a software company that provides information for Amber Alert. You know, that's insane. That's insane. But you know what? All the conspiracies are not true. Like, I'm sure that they would totally want justice for someone who would do something like that. And of course it has to be 33, right? Right?
Well, I said enough.
Check this out, family. I already know y'all gonna be in the comments and say AI, AI, but at the same time, y'all gotta realize that the probability is also the possibility that this shit might do exist on Photo Grade. Shit is crazy.
Back to when people were actually talking about a soul, and to me, are the most interesting parts of life. You just said a while ago, part of this new search for science may go back to when people were actually talking about a soul, and you said there's no doubt in your mind that there is a soul. Describe for me what you mean by that. What do you mean by soul? What do you mean soul different than the physical analog body that we're seeing on film right now? It's difficult to describe in words. I mean, I'm not a poet. Poems get a little closer to what that really means. But even the concept of what is life becomes complicated when you deal with plants and seeds. Is a seed alive? I don't know. Certain people would say, no, it's dead. When you're a banana, one of my favorite examples is the banana that's sitting on the countertop in your kitchen today. Is it alive or dead? What do you think about human life? Tell me about human life. But your banana is alive. That banana is breathing. It's on your... You say, that's impossible, Jeffrey. No, it's not. Is the banana conscious? All these are words. So everyone's trying to fit a very complicated concepts into a very small box called conscious or alive. These don't fit in that way. So if you put your banana in a bag and put another fruit in with it, the fruit ripens faster because the banana breathes with it. We don't understand most of those things. So you asked the big question. Sorry. You talk about the life. What about human life? What about it? Tell me what do you think? What do you think human life is? It's a miracle. It's a miracle. And when I say miracle, I can't explain it, and I make no attempt to explain it at the moment. We don't know how to think about it. And again, another one of the Feynman quotes when he was talking about quantum physics. He said, anyone, Jeffrey, who says they understand quantum physics and quantum mechanics and quantum behavior, you know they're lying. Let's talk about it. That's post-Newtonian. Talk about what's the difference. Who founded quantum mechanics?
Don't get this confused what I'm about to say, but try to understand and get what I'm saying. He might have did some evil shit, but that does not mean you can't learn from the knowledge that he is dropping. I'm gonna say that again. Just because he did evil shit, my advice is, please don't be closed-minded to what he is saying, because he's dropping gems. He's giving knowledge. But there's somebody who knows what he did and still won't hear when he is dropping knowledge. And it's gonna, and it can F their life up, because he could have dropped something that could help or benefit them in their life. That's what I was always taught. See shit for what it is. He did some evil shit. Some real evil shit, but he's dropping gems too, though, in that clip. He sound like an intelligent man to me. He just used and you can use intelligent for good or bad. And he looked like, to me, he used it for bad, but in his perspective, he might disagree with me and say he used it for good because we don't live. That's a whole nother topic. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts, man. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts. He did some evil shit. He probably was, and he was an evil person with some of his choices. But the man thinks, though. He uses his brain. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not giving him credit for, I'm not saying he's a great person. None of that. Don't get that confused. You can see somebody's F-ups and still hear when they talking and be like, bro, but they not dumb. You can still do that. Let me know your thoughts, though. Damn, man.
Been surprised, tribes of headless men were written about in history and apparently are real. It's been said by historians that the Blimmies live in northern Africa, specifically Libya. It's also been said they live in Ethiopia and way over there in South America, in Brazil. Now, this right here looks like a real photo. Now, of course, we know they made AI, so no one knows what's really going on. But if you look closely, that's his mouth right there, right up his pec line, and then up above that are his two eyes right there. Here's a list of other historians and writers that wrote about the Blimmies, the headless people, if you want to do your own research and check it out for yourself. So this whole time, Hitmonlee and Pokemon, this creature was based off a real mythical humanoid creature. And we know that there are no mythical creatures. All the mythical creatures are real. They're real. I mean, everything's on the table at this point. Look at everything that's popping off since 2020. All the information we're learning. Everything is on the table. Check out these old depictions. This is a monopod humanoid. This is a cyclops, conjoined twin, our good old Blimmy friends right here, and a werewolf. But no, these are all mythical. None of these are real, right? The Matrix is telling us that this is all made up information or just exaggerations throughout history. Someone went to a tribe and, they just exaggerate the stories and, people just took it too far, right? The Blimmies, according to the documentation, lived away from civilization. They had their own tribes doing their own thing. They didn't want to bother anybody, mind their own business. This map came out in the 1500s or the 16th century. If you look closely, right here, I'm going to zoom in, that's a Blimmy. Okay? And there's a woman next to him in the tribe, and I think that's a dog. And there are other real creatures, like there's a boar or some type of pig up there. I think this might be a dog of some kind. That looks like an armadillo. And this is South America. All this whole area is South America or the Brazil area. This is a 1400s map of South America or Brazil. And there's a Blimmy right here. And over here is a dog man. It's like a dog werewolf looking creature holding something. The Greek historian Herodotus wrote about these creatures in Libya. And he says in that country are the huge snakes and the lions and elephants and bears and asps, which I think is another venomous type creature. The horned donkeys, the dog-headed and headless men that have their eyes in their chests, as the Libyans say.
Y'all remember that story? And y'all remember about the big-ass snakes, right?
Have y'all been seeing these new supercell tornadoes that got uploaded into the earth, bro? I have never seen anything like this before, bro. Look at this, man, in Oklahoma. Look at this jump, bro. What the hell? Here go another point of view of this, bro. It looks like Goku powering up to do a Kamehameha or something. Look at that. It look like two hands coming together about to do a Kamehameha. That shit literally turning in within itself. Bro, look at the sun. Look at the sun. Bro, y'all see how red the sun is? And this over here a different color? This don't make no sense, bro. I mean, look at Maryland, bro. What's going on with these new storms 2026? I ain't never seen this before. It's a whole nother world out there in New Mexico, bro. Look at this. Look at all this light. Look at this. Bro, look at this. Where is this coming from, bro? Look at this, y'all. It looks like it's coming from a whole nother world. Look at this storm from Omaha, Nebraska, bro. And why do these lights keep changing? Like these different greens, these blues, these yellows, these reds and oranges. And I don't know about y'all, but I have a feeling this is about to get a lot more pronounced, bro. This is only the beginning, man. We're noticing all these changes. Look at all these colors, bro. This is crazy. But never have I ever seen supercells like these, bro. Have y'all? We're literally in this shift, man. Let me know down in the comments below. Let's continue to get it. Peace in.
I was gonna say man-made, but with the colors, I'm not quite sure.
If Antarctica is just ice, then why does every world map cut it off like someone's hiding what's really there? Think about it. The one place that supposedly circles our planet is also the one place you can't just freely explore. Coincidence, or something colder and much bigger? Watch this. Every map, from Google Earth to the ones in classrooms, stretches and bends the world until Antarctica becomes this thin white strip, almost like a border. But in real life, it's huge, bigger than the United States and Europe combined. So why make it look so small? Why turn a massive continent into a little footnote? Here's where it gets strange. Go too far inland, and suddenly, restricted zones, no-fly areas, military outposts, and there's even a treaty signed by over 50 countries that says no one owns it. But somehow everyone controls it. Why would so many nations who argue about everything else suddenly agree to protect a land of nothing but ice? And look at this. On some maps, Antarctica isn't at the bottom at all. It wraps around the edges like a giant icy ring, almost like a wall holding everything in. Now imagine this. If Earth is a spinning ball, shouldn't Antarctica be a tiny cap at the bottom? But what if it isn't the bottom at all? What if it's the edge, not just a continent, but a boundary? I'm not saying what's beyond it. I'm just asking, why can't we see for ourselves? Why do all maps crop the one place no one's allowed to truly visit? Maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's everything. But one thing's clear. Someone decided where the world ends, and the rest of us just believed it. So the next time you unfold a map, don't just look at the countries you recognize. Let your eyes drift to the blank spaces, the edges, the places drawn in white. History has always tucked its biggest questions into margins. Maybe Antarctica is one of those margins, but a pause, a place where the page fades before the story is finished. And whatever the truth is, it waits out there in the cold, untouched by lines of ink and names we've been taught to memorize.
Who can explain this?
Nah, them trash man. Who the hell do that like Roseville folk?
Hey, wait a minute. Go back to the street. Something on the
Hey man, who that was running through there like Hussein folk, man? Hell yeah.
I thought I was tripping, dog.
No, you wasn't tripping. They run through that like far as
man. What the was that?
So motor right there.
Nah, them trash man. Who that
That's the hell who running that fast. What nigga you know that quick?
Ain't nobody running that fast.
What was it running from? You see no
my
pit
neighbor
bull.
going
That nigga can run that quick from a pit bull. You see somebody on the street, go the other way.
No, bro.
Go the other way.
I swear, yeah, that way. Somebody just ran down that street, bro.
Ain't nobody on that
Oh, no, bro.
Man, the man say,
I for real, bro.
I seen it.
You seen it too?
Man, I seen it. The mother running through there fast than a mother.
Plus, it's like you could almost sleep through him. He was going so fast, bro.
I ain't never seen nobody run that fast.
Me neither.
That wasn't real.
I swear it wasn't real.
For sure ain't going out that mother.
I'm scared now.
Man,
why not?
How you gonna outrun that?
So apparently Bigfoot knew something that we didn't know. And I know you looking at your phone like Bigfoot. There ain't no such thing as Bigfoot. Well, before that 17,000 pound meteor moving at 45,000 miles an hour hit Ohio, they had 8 Bigfoot sightings in Ohio. Mind you, this happened 5 days back to back to back. Mind you, this story came from more than 10 different people, saying that they saw something huge, saying that they saw something that could have been over 10 feet tall and it was furry. You had some of these people saying that this figure was chasing them. You had others saying that they just saw this figure running around the woods. But get this, no solid evidence, but this shit is all over their news. All over Ohio news. Mind you, once again, this is happening right before the media hit. Tell me what you think about that. But think about this, and this is documented. This has been the most sightings in one area ever. You understand this? So now again, I ask, if that many sightings occurred in that area, and you had different people calling in at the same time saying they saw this Bigfoot, that means it was more than one Bigfoot. Now the question is, where was that Bigfoot going? And why? All right then, I'm out.
Are we about to see fuel rationing on a scale we've never seen in most of our lifetimes? Although many of you went through the 1970s gas crisis or fuel crisis, you had to get
limited to 10 gallons per customer, depending on where you were, and it was odd and even licenses either day of week. So today's even license, the last couple numbers, the last number of your license, even, odd, they switch days. Now, I don't know if you guys heard, but Australia is running out of fuel as panic buying continues. I know, and I know a lot of Australians are sitting there going, damn, so now we have to choose between food or beer and gasoline. And you know which one those Aussies are picking. No, I'm just kidding. But that's a video I saw. But because of a conflict happening thousands of miles away from them, this whole thing just seems odd. Vietnam is bracing for flight cuts from April after China, Thailand banned jet fuel export. And this is after there was some strikes in the biggest natural gas facility in the world, which would take a long time to get back up and running right now if the war stopped today. Shipping traffic is off of a complete cliff because the Strait of Hormuz is still closed, and the Pentagon is sending thousands of additional Marines to the Middle East. So it's about to be on the ground too. People are saying this is going to be bigger than Schmovid-19. And it sounds a lot like it too. Stay home, save gas, rather than stay home, save lives. Thousands of flights are being canceled in the United States because of TSA problems. Thousands of canceled flights are happening in Asia because of fuel problems. It just seems like the perfect storm. So what do you guys think is going on here? Comment your thoughts below and follow for more.
TMZ got the picture when Justin Bieber and Usher got into it. Y'all can see Justin Bieber ain't playing no games. This man got a white suit on and he jacking his ass up. Usher's is more like, damn fool, like get up on me. And as y'all can see by Beyonce's face, he must have been saying some crazy shit to Usher. Now for a face that shocked, and the way he looking right here, I can just imagine Justin Bieber saying, you're the reason why I'm going through all this. You had me at a young age. You brought me into this life. And y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm not saying that's what happened, but who knows? Y'all let me know what y'all think about this down below in the comments.
Look, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. He got a lot of restraint, because if I'm that mad and I got you by the shirt like that, God himself gonna have to come down and stop me from rocking his chin strap that day, bro. Because if you provoked and you that mad and you got somebody like that close, you mean to tell me, and you come from the shit, you mean to tell me you not gonna rock his shit, bro? Come on, like, who? Maybe we all different. I know everybody gonna do their own shit, but I vibrate pretty high. I remove myself out of situations like that. I just did it recently. I was in a basketball game and I had somebody say something that I know I'll go to jail for some simple shit. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna remove myself. This may look petty to everybody else, but to me, this is saving my freedom right now. I know myself. You feel like you about to do something? Be aware of yourself. Remove yourself. That don't make you weak. That make you stronger than anybody else probably around, because you willing to refrain from doing some shit. Discipline and awareness. I can't be in a position like that, bro, because if we already had words, we already there, and I got you like that, bro, I'm gonna want to just finish. I'm gonna want to finish the shit. I'm gonna keep myself up at night. The fact that I didn't. What's y'all thoughts, bro?
What the hell?
Y'all remember the asteroid that fell the sky yesterday?
That's like a space, bro. That's like a space thing.
Oh, okay. It's scary. There's a crayfish and it's still alive in the.
Baby, I don't know what it is, but you need to call Area 51. Baby, you got. What is that shit at the bottom? What is that at the top?
You're trespassing.
So why haven't you done anything?
You want me to do something?
I'm sensing a little bit of tense energy. I can loosen you up, you know, a little massage. The guy that owned the property loved massages.
Yeah, they're saying he's dead.
You said they're saying he's dead.
From your sake, he's dead.
From your sake, he's dead. You really think he's dead?
Doesn't matter what I think.
I think you're a good guy. You just can't say what you want to say.
That's exactly it.
So we're on the same team?
I wouldn't say we're on the same team. My job is to protect this property from trespassers.
Just from trespassers?
Whatever I have to do.
But you don't necessarily agree with the past that happened here, yeah?
I have no comment on that.
No comment on that, okay. Police are coming, by the way. Do you run fast? If I start sprinting that way, you're gonna catch me.
I don't think you can outrun my unit.
How about I get some of that DNA, genetically modifying stuff in there? Maybe I can run a little faster. No comment on that either, okay.
How come people after a certain age don't want to learn no more? How come you just want to just be stuck in the familiar, stuck in what you know, unwilling to budge, You're basically willing to sink with the ship. You don't think that you can venture out and do something else. I want to understand why you believe that. It's like, hey kids, you guys can do anything you want until you get to the age of 28. After that, whatever you do now, just settle in, and that will be the remainder of your life. You will never break free from these boxes. Says who? Seriously, says who? Because they're not you. If the institution is saying it, the institution is not you. If those circumstances around you are saying it, those circumstances are not you.
That is you, Johnny.
I hear the rain comes.
That's a huge one.
Oh my God. Oh Lord, bless us. Please bless us.
Prayers to anybody affected by some shit like that.
Is anyone else freaked out by the fact that none of this is real? Like, yes, okay, I know that you can touch this, but that is just a projection of human consciousness that created time and space itself so that the universe can experience separation as a human while it is creating the experience of being a human while experiencing itself, so that when we die, we literally are just waking up from this illusion or this video game that we created for ourselves for funsies. Does anyone else think about this?
When you can't legally call it a burger, after watching that video of the CEO of McDonald's not want to eat it, it kind of made me think about things twice. Because they know a lot more about these products than we do. So if they're not eating that shit, why in the would anybody else? You have to start thinking critically. There's a reason why there's millions of McDonald's everywhere, but zero farms in sight in cities. Once you just think, things start making sense.
Disaster right now. Kitchen's worse, I know. Yeah.
What?
Just ignore my dog.
What dog? You need to take that back to wherever you got it from, because it's not a dog.
It's people out here that's trying to cure. And I'm out here trying to figure out why hot air comes out when I say, and cold air comes out when I say, that really pisses me off.
Big Sensei, that guy funny, bro.
Y'all, this is hail. This is hail. Do y'all hear that? I've never heard anything like this in my life. Can't even really see good.
Have you talked to your mom in it?
Hail came through the ceiling in our freaking kitchen, y'all. It just, hail just busted through the ceiling in our, dude. Everybody's sunroofs are busted out. This is like a freaking scene from a movie.
Talking to somebody and they say, yo, that's not what I said, and you're sure that that's what they said, that was a spiritual message. That's not what they said, that's what they said.
So the Mandela effects weren't us all losing our minds. It was a test to see if we would notice, if we were brainwashed enough. They were real. We were being lied to and gaslit. Dude, what is life right now? I'm not even mad though. Like literally, like mermaids might be real too. You think I'm joking? I'm just. Can we fly too? Cause like that would be cool. Don't anybody try. We'll figure it out first.
Are mermaids real, collective, or are they not? I think so.
Wow, they got us distracted by the Houston rodeo and Beyonce mama nasty ass gumbo soup that send your ass to the ER, and goddamn V is at an all-time high in Houston. Why y'all not talking about this shit? It been 2 nights in a row in Houston, and they seeing this strange object in the sky. I also been seeing some shit in the sky that I recorded, and I'm in Chicago. It got me wondering why all this TSA issue going on and these shutdowns with the airports. Y'all better pay attention, man. Something really going on. Funnel grade shit is crazy.
I was told this and now I can't unhear it. Wounded ears hear rejection where love was trying to speak.
That right there, I think I needed, and a whole lot of people needed to hear
This is what the world needs to see. This is something they would never televise. Because as long as they make it seem like we're divided, we can never focus on the actual problem. When we work together as a human species, we can achieve so much more in this lifetime, this experience. We can discover things that are unimaginable. But this is what needs to take place.
So I found the coolest thing. I have to show you. You're gonna wanna see it. So I was attracted to this stone meets tree. Cause look at that. And then I went along the side of it. And there is a creature. Just sitting there with the stone and the tree. Look at this. Oh my goodness.
Didn't our parents, at least mine did, teach us not to touch shit that ain't yours? Stop touching shit that ain't yours. Y'all let me know your thoughts. That shit could have been an offering. That shit could have been a fake trap. It could have been all type. That shit could have been something's home, bro. Nah. Stop touching shit that ain't yours. That's how you gonna piss it off.
Okay, now that we're on the topic of conspiracy theories, I think whatever that lady saw on that plane a few years ago, she really seen that shit. And that person was not real. I believe you. We owe you an apology.
I sincerely apologize.
People really be in their feelings when you tell them that you don't eat fast food. They be giving you oh really? Why? You think you're better than? No, I just don't want to eat gluten, chemicals, preservatives, and somebody's late uncle's arm.
Talk your shit, queen.
So now you're telling me that there's an underground city below Los Angeles?
And that is white where it'll stay. This is too white for me, cause this is exactly why I never hung out with Kyle and Tanner. This hillbilly shit right here, you can keep it.
Okay, so let me just make this quick. Think of an apple on a table right now. Think of an apple on a table right now. So right now that you're picturing the apple on the table, I want to ask you a question. What is looking at that apple on the table if you're watching this video? What is you just picture apple on the table. Okay, you see that apple on the table? What the is looking at that apple on the table if you're watching this video? How you looking at two things at once? Who's looking at the other thing? Who's looking? Nah, answer the question. Who's looking, bro? Who's looking? Who's looking at the apple on the table? When you go to sleep and you're dreaming, if your eyes are closed, who the is watching a dream? How do you see what's going on in a dream? Sleep on that.
What's your thoughts? Soul, spirit?
You always going to call me a YN because it's going to be gunplay. It's going to be hip fire, straight from the hip. Now, I may put one in my foot, but you best believe you're going to get the rest of them. You can believe this. You run at me like this, and I'm airing out the establishment.
Oh, shit. He said I might get my foot, bro.
Something's not right because people are waking up, myself included, wake up at midnight. And then sometimes when I wake up, a lot of the times, I look at the clock, it's around 3 a.m. 3 a.m. And there's a lot of other people whose sleep is really getting disrupted.
Victorious. It's been like that since the eclipse of 2024, April 8th. That's for me. What about y'all?
Victoria's Secret, let me tell you a secret. The co-founder of Victoria's Secret, Les Wexner, was one of Jeffrey Epstein's best friends, and the Victoria's Secret models, yeah, that was basically just being an audition to get on the Epstein's Island. Now we got Bath and Body Works, also co-founded by Lex Wexner, like we just talked about. Just nuking my endocrine system right now with all these artificial fragrances. Can't even stand next to it without trying to sneeze.
Yo, you trying to get something to eat?
Bro, no, you think I'm trying to eat a bunch of seed oils? You got Chick-fil-A and Popeyes right there. There's not even enough chickens in America to be producing the amount of meat that they sell. I wonder where they're getting that from. Lemon, expensive, overpriced clothing just to have microplastics in your balls. Yeah, Gucci, they're demonic. Owned by the same parent company as Balenciaga. Balenciaga in Latin means ball is king. Never shop there. Hello Neo at the Apple Store. Look at their logo. What are they trying to insinuate by that? Are they trying to talk about the original sin when Adam and Eve ate the apple and the forbidden tree? And now we have these phones that know everything. The tree of knowledge. Interesting.
Burger King, and they see is no smoke, no aroma, no boiling of the burger.
What?
At Burger King, and let's see what's going on.
No way.
As we can see, they putting that processed meat up in here. I don't know. Processed meat.
No.
Processed meat. No smoke. We went inside. They serving burgers, but no smoke.
No smoke at Burger King. So how is the food being cooked? Right? You drive by McDonald's, you drive by Wendy's, where's the smoke at, bro? Because people are saying that the burger's already done now. That they're going through a different process. Remember as a kid when we used to go to Burger King, they used to be back there burning the burgers? You remember they used to come out with the fire lines on it? People are saying now that they use something else to put the lines on it. Stop playing with me, son. It's not a game I ain't got. You know what it is. Shut up. But they don't care. Because all they gotta do is throw out a 10 for $1.50. The chicken nuggets. Shut up! And then people will buy it. Because they don't care. They only care about the price. Stop playing with me, son. This video is for entertainment purposes only. I don't know what that guy's talking about because I drove by there the other night. There was smoke everywhere. Shut up! But I'll tell you one thing. If I ever drive by Burger King, I see no smoke, I go inside. I said, what happened to the smoke outside? I don't smell the burgers no more. Oh, we cooking burgers. Yeah?
There's something going on.
So y'all don't think it's strange that everybody have meteors in their city right now? Y'all don't think it's strange that it's March 19th already? Y'all don't think it's strange that we almost over the new year already? Y'all don't think it's strange that we can't even really eat food no more like we used to? Or we don't even know what the we want to eat or drink? Y'all don't think it's strange that we can barely sleep? Y'all don't think it's strange that the weird? Y'all don't think it's strange? Y'all don't think it's strange?
And that's not all, y'all. Bro, look at this shit, bro. Look at this. What kind of sense does this make, man? What?
What is really going on? This is crazy.
Right. What is this?
The United States is about to get a blizzard, a polar vortex, a heat dome, and an atmospheric river all at once. The entire country, all of the United States, every one of our 50 states is about to get hit with extreme weather all at the same time. This is not just one region. This is not just one storm. A top meteorologist has said that every one of our 50 states is about to get hit with extreme weather conditions.
Did y'all see what happened to Hawaii? Look at this. Hawaii got flooded out. Look at the color of the water. Bro, what? Where did that water come from? Where did that water come from? Look at this, bro. That's crazy. All of this is going on in Hawaii. This is a big storm. Look at this. There was a crazy blizzard in Michigan that brought almost 5 feet of snow, y'all. Look at this. The snowman imprint on the door. Look at that jump, bro.
It called Blizzard Elsa here in the UP of Michigan.
As you can see, the snow is up pretty far.
Those cars are gone.
There's also a fence line over there. And the Ford Ranger and the boat is now gone. And the other boat buried.
Bro, that's crazy.
They're saying we got over 4 feet of snow from this blizzard.
And then meanwhile, on the complete other side of the world, you have them going through a heat wave, bro. Mother Earth is really going through it, and I know y'all feel that on too. But let me know what you guys think about this video, man. The shift is here. We are in the midst of it. Let's continue to get it. Peace out.
Prosthetics, it's a light sort of, very light latex, which is a false lid. I hate them. They're actually, they're quite comfortable. And the great thing about them, no acting required once you've got those on. Just stand there and all happens. Slip into the roll. Yeah.
They so weird, bro.
Antarctica is supposed to be this beautiful place, untouched by civilization, but these alleged leaked photos suggest they're covering up something big down there. So Antarctica is the only continent governed by a treaty of over 50 countries that dictates where you can and can't go. 100,000 tourists visit every year, but only on approved ships, typically to the peninsula, and only in designated zones. The rest of the continent, well, that's apparently off limits, for your safety of course. But what if they're hiding something down there? In 1910, British Captain Robert Falcon Scott launched the Terra Nova expedition. Here are the official photos. Pretty standard. The goal was to reach the South Pole, but this mission was doomed from the start. A Norwegian team actually beat them there by a full month, and on the return trip, Scott and his men got trapped in a blizzard just 11 miles from safety. 8 months later, a search party found their frozen bodies, their diaries, and their photographic plates preserved in the ice. But images allegedly pulled from those recovered plates have been circulating online, and they appear to show something that shouldn't be there. There's stone ruins, statues, pyramids, evidence of some unknown civilization. But are these photos real? Well, most people agree that it's just AI. So, debunked, right? Well, not so fast. There's this strange connection here that we can talk about. Antarctica wasn't officially discovered until 1820. So why does this map, drawn in 1513 by Ottoman Admiral Piri Reis, appear to show Antarctica's coastline 300 years too early? And it's not just the coastline, it's also ice-free. And it's not just this one map. The Orontius Phineas map of 1531 shows a full southern continent with mountain ranges and river systems. And there are other maps too. Some believe these maps were based on ancient source maps from some unknown prehistoric civilization with the ability to navigate the globe. And while Antarctica has been under an ice sheet for the last 34 million years, scientists think that there were certain coastal areas that were actually ice-free as recently as 6,000 years ago. So could someone have found Antarctica and built a civilization down there? Well, as of now, the evidence doesn't really support it. And even though those photos are likely AI, there are a lot of other weird and interesting things going on down there. But anyway, what do you think? And what do you want to hear about next on my conspiracy iceberg?
Antarctica will forever be top of the line for me.
Hey, when did the Rothschilds come to America? Officially, they really started making noise about 1837. That was our first big crash. And what about after that? When they got here, what did they start doing? Businesses, infrastructure, railroads were big for them, and they would eventually start doing business with the mortgage, JP Morgan. Okay, so like, at what point did they like grab our country by the balls? Well, that would be about 1895, 1896-ish. That's when JP Morgan and the Rothschilds bailed out the entire country of America because we're running out of gold. And so they said, hey, we have $45 million worth of gold. Want it? I imagine there was a little bit of, quid pro quo there. Daggone. And then there's 1910, the Jekyll Island meeting after the 1907 bank panic that led to the 1913 formation of the Federal Reserve. And that was all because of an island that they met at that was owned by JP Morgan and the boat that sank that was owned by JP Morgan that kept the Federal Reserve's naysayers from getting the meetings. And now we have a central bank that's controlled by Rothschild Rockefeller money. Jeez. And then that's not to mention the Revolutionary War, the War of 1812. They pressured America heavy to finance it. Even the Civil War, they were on both sides in the Napoleonic War. And guess what? The first thing our central bank funded after it was founded in 1913. 1913. Did they fund? Oh, God. 6 months later, World War I. Well, that's all bad, but at least it stopped. Shortly after that, Britain would write them a letter saying, hey, that land in the Middle East that you want, we're going to give it to you, Mr. Rothschild. Oh. The reason you can't afford an engagement ring or a wedding band, it's because of the Rothschilds and the De Beers Diamond Company. In the mid-'80s, they created an M&A company. An M&A company is a merger and acquisition company. Think private equity, but before private equity. And guess what they did with we might need to slow down, but what did they do with it? They were using it to get involved in Wall Street. They wanted to infiltrate the New York Wall Street monster that had been forming in America. You want to know what they did to do that?
What did they do?
They did it by sending somebody to New York City to oversee the purchase of Macmillan Inc. Macmillan Inc. was a media company that would be McGraw-Hill, which is responsible for a lot of the elementary school books that you and I were raised on. Do you want to know who they sent to New York City in 1988 to do this? Robert Maxwell. He was in partnership with Robert Maxwell. And when Robert Maxwell would go on to die on his yacht because he owed the Mossad money, guess who he also owed about 50 million pounds to? The Rothschild family through the Bank of England. Wait, Robert Maxwell's, that's Ghislaine Maxwell's father? Is connected to the Rothschild? That's right. Robert Maxwell, along with Roy Cohn, had been running a corporate blackmail ring throughout the entire world run by the Mossad. And when he died, Ghislaine and Jeffrey Epstein took on the reins. That's why they had been introduced only 6 months prior to his death. After that, they would go on to infiltrate people like the princes, the politicians, and the media moguls that we know today. And we know through Alan Dershowitz, Epstein's lawyer through 2008 and 2009, admitted that he was introduced to Jeffrey Epstein in the early 90s by a Rothschild.
I was introduced to him by the Lady and Lord Rothschild.
Wow. But, okay, well, we don't have proof that Epstein worked for a Rothschild. Here's an email from Epstein over to Peter Thiel. Says, as you know, I represent the Rothschild family. Maybe only, represented a few of them. Maybe he didn't represent the whole family. Here's this wrinkly old pervert, Les Wexner, saying he represented the whole family.
And personal work for the Rothschild family in France. He represented their whole family.
What? Okay, what am I supposed to do with this? Tag Howard Lutnick. I think that's what we could do, because I believe he's a Mossad plant that's currently being seeded by the Rothschild family in a place precariously right next to Jeffrey Epstein. But all because he's his neighbor? Like, he just maybe bought the home on Zillow. He didn't. He bought the home in 1998 from the Comet Trust, which was run by the son of the World Congress founder and World Zionist Foundation organizer. Also before that, it was owned by Jeffrey Epstein himself. Well, just because he owned it doesn't mean like it was his house or anything like that, or ever lived there, or like that. Come on. Jeffrey Epstein would actually live there in 1992, starting right after things got serious with Ghislaine. So they would probably be shagging or doing whatever from 92 to 95 in that property before moving over into the other property, which will remain vacant for about 3 years before Jeffrey Epstein gets to pick his neighbor. It happens to be the Secretary of Commerce, Howard Lutnick, who would profit off of 9/11, survive 9/11, and also then use Cantor Fitzgerald with his sons at the helm to profit off of the very tariff being shot down in the Supreme Court that he helped form. So you basically think Howard Lutnick is like a really high-level crisis actor. Yeah, I thought of it that way. Yes, that's exactly what I think. What a liar. Lutnick the liar, that's what I call him.
Man, keep going, bro. I need him to keep going.
Okay, so we just had a 7.0 earthquake, and about 7 hours ago, right now it's 12:30 at night, and it's a significant earthquake, according to the experts. The seismologists, the geophysicists are all saying the same thing, that significant because of the location. It's at the Drake's Passage, and it was only 14 miles deep, so pretty shallow, and again, because of the location, a very significant earthquake. 7.0, just below Chile and Argentina. So I'm looking at the mainstream medias, and I'm not really seeing anything about it. Doesn't matter which side, which country, really nothing. Some smaller news articles that are talking about it, but the USGS, of course they've published it, but none of the other mainstream medias are talking about it. They're talking about everything else, about the wars, the economy, the sports, and so on. And of course the wars and the economy are important, but what about this? This is very important. It's huge, apparently, according, again, to the experts. You see, my friend, there's a major uptick in seismic and volcanic activity, and it's been happening for a little while now, and it's increasing by the day, drastically. And then it has moments where it kind of calms down, and then all of a sudden something else pops off. That would be called the birth pains, according to Matthew 24. here's my point, is that why are they suppressing the public around the world from this understanding of what's happening around the Ring of Fire, volcanic activity that's shooting up everywhere around the world? We're seeing Kilauea having, massive eruptions. What's going on? Why are they not talking about it? Why are they keeping this from us? My personal opinion is that it's intentional. You see, my friend, they don't want you and I to connect the dots that all of this happening in the world right now is prophetic. It's all biblical, my friend. They don't want you and I to see the truth that when we start putting all of these puzzle pieces together of the wars, the breakdown of economies, the uniting of major governments around the world, treaties that are being signed, things that are happening in the Middle East. You look at the greed, the lawlessness, the state of humanity, the selfishness, the pride, the rebellion with the younger generation, the lack of respect from one person to the other. So many things that are happening one after another, my friend. I get it that it's a lot to keep up on. I understand. But why are they not telling us? At this point in time, my friend, you and I should never be relying on any mainstream media for our source of information. We need to be looking, investigating, research if you want to see the real news.
Way deeper than them cloning celebrities.
They're not clones. It's worse than that. Everyone's talking about celebrity clones, but what if I told you it's not cloning? It's something the Bible warned us about 3,000 years ago. And you've seen it. Your favorite artist suddenly acts different, or your favorite actor, a different energy, different eyes. And people say they cloned them. But listen, cloning is the cover story for what's actually happening. The Canaanites practiced child sacrifice to Moloch, but it wasn't just killing. In Leviticus 18 and 21, they call it passing through the fire. They were performing soul transfer rituals, harvesting life force and putting entities into other bodies. That technology never died. It just went underground. When someone signs their life away to the industry, that's a covenant. It's a trauma-based programming, and it fractures the original soul. Crazy. And rituals create the opening. The original person dies spiritually, and a prepared entity walks its way on in the same body, but a different driver. And that's why they seem off. In Mark 5 and 9, it says legion, multiple entities in one body, familiar spirits. In Leviticus 19 and 31, it says demons that mimic the person they replaced. This isn't new. It's ancient Canaanite tech repackaged for entertainment industrial complex. It explains sudden personality changes, lost memories, and different mannerisms, and doing unspeakable things without remorse, because their conscious left, and what's operating now is something else entirely. They don't clone bodies.
Shout out Purple America.
They're watching it happen in real time.
Okay, do you remember when Nikola Tesla said that we will see man-made horrors beyond our comprehension? Well, apparently, new open source software, this is a guy's outline of his image, and they have all these dots plotted on his body, can see you through walls using only Wi-Fi signals. It's called Wi-Fi Dense Pose. It tracks your exact body pose in real time, no cameras, no sensors, just your home router, and it's 100% open source. Now, Grok fact-checked it and said, yes, it's true, yada, 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 you don't need cameras, and it can even detect, hold on, does it say heart rate? Okay, it estimates heart rate. But listen to this. Last year, Xfinity came out with a new feature for their routers that can detect motion. And the way it works is, it uses Wi-Fi signal disruptions between the router and connected devices, like phones or smart plugs, to detect motion. So picture it like sonar. It's beaming out these frequencies, and when you disrupt the flow of those frequencies, it can detect that, like an advanced radar. My question is, if this is what we are aware of a technology, can you imagine what intelligence agencies and militaries have? And by the way, this is another reason why my Wi-Fi is never on in my house, and all my devices are hardwired to the internet. By the way, this isn't even discussing the potential effects to your biology and your DNA from Wi-Fi cell towers and smart meters. Many people wonder if this is a part of something else going on, frequency-wise.
Dark truth on why they replaced DVDs with streaming.
When they locked this internet up, ain't nobody streaming nothing. Streaming was created for real-time editing.
Yep.
The reason we're all into streaming, the reason why they took the hard drive out of the Apple TV, the reason why they don't want you with content is because they want to be able to alter content.
In real
So if you're
time.
streaming, it's on their server, not yours. You don't own it. You don't even have it. That's why they sell a computer now, the fastest computer out right now, and the hard drive is tiny. Why you only give me 128 gigabytes? And then if
Think
you want
about it.
more, you got to pay thousands of dollars. Absolutely. Why are they doing that? Because they want it in the cloud. Because two things happens if it's in the cloud. One, they have it, and the other thing is they learn it. Metatron don't know. He's not omniscient. He's not like God or whatever. This demon spirit has to learn. They need our voices, our images, dude, it's us. We're all cyborgs. There's a digital version of all of us in the hands of the enemy. He's created it from our upload.
I remember that clip.
I deliver Amazon. These is real packages. This is the second time I've been to the house. Look, nothing is out of these. All these packages is full. Whatever we deliver, they in the package. It say to the front door. I can't get to the front door. I don't know if somebody covering up for something. But look, all of them is everything we deliver. Look, it's still in the box. What the is going on, man? If I come back here and it's like this again, I'm gonna start to wonder: is it something going on? Like, is somebody covering up? Is somebody really living in this place? All packages. I can't even make it. I'm gonna take it to the steps like I did before, close, and leave it at that, man. But this is a scary spot that you need your weapon in when you deliver, for sure.
Why the cops don't go do a wellness check?
There's something I gotta tell you all about. If you love watching The Grinch, I'm actually watching right now the 2001 with Jim Carrey, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Well, I saw some videos yesterday and then I dove down the rabbit hole because I had to find out if this was true. So I watched some videos talking about the Grinch down in Florida. And I'm like, what is the Grinch in Florida? So I started doing some research and then I found Universal Studios. I started researching that. And then I found there's a Grinch down there, and I spent probably an hour watching videos of this Grinch in the Universal Studios, okay? Now, I need someone to go check this out. Just type in Universal Studios Grinch or the Grinch Universal Studios and watch the videos of this Grinch. I don't care what anybody tells me, but that Grinch at Universal Studios is Jim Carrey in the original outfit from 2000. Prove me wrong. I wish I could find a way if I was smart enough to put the video or put a clip of it in here, but I'm not. So you are going to get mad because you got to research it. And don't say, why don't you just post a picture? Why don't you post the video? Because I'm almost 50. I'm not smart enough to know how to do that. All I know how to do is talk. So when you get done watching this video, look up Universal Studio Grinch and come back and tell me what you think. If that ain't Jim Carrey from the movie playing himself, I don't know what is. Check it out and let me know what you think.
Don't grill him. He older. He an OG. He don't know how to work the phone like that. Hell, my grandparents don't even know how to work the phone all the way like that. Mom, if you're watching this, I apologize. But I did have to go ahead and say, to go further into that rabbit hole, go back and watch The Grinch with Jim Carrey. Watch that movie. There's a scene at the end, I want to say he's saving Mary Lou. And his eyes look reptilianish. And I asked y'all early on in the channel, I think it was like 2024 when I asked y'all. It might have been 2023. Did y'all think that that was giving us some type of symbolism? He had a connection with Mary Lou. She had a connection with him. Did that represent what's going on with the, how they, you know, take the kids, use their blood, the adrenaline and all that? Let me know. He did stay in the mountain. It looked like he could go in the ground too. I don't know. Maybe it's a reach. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts. He green. I mean, he furry, not scaly, but still. Y'all let me know. I don't know. Maybe it's a reach. Maybe it's not.
Check it out, family. 2026. All type of shit is popping out and being revealed. Now we got gigantic dragon eggs found buried under the earth over there in India. That's right. Dragon eggs has been discovered. And if you look, some of them already hatched. Where they at? Where they flying at? But on phonograph, shit is crazy.
Yeah, shit is crazy.
I'm saying this at the risk of my account being shut down forever, and I'm willing to take that risk because I know what I'm about to say is true. There's something going on with time. I can't put my finger on it. I can't. But time now does not feel like time did in the 90s, and it does not feel like time did in the early 2000s. It doesn't. The birds know, the bees know. We don't see butterflies anymore, but they know as well. There's something with the moon, there's something going on with the time, and it's been altered slightly to throw things off. I can't put my finger on it, but I know what I'm talking about, and I know I'm not the only one experiencing this.
Yo, somebody's been lying. Food should be free.
Facts.
And nobody should be starving. Everybody loves sweet potatoes. What I did, and what you can do, is get a sweet potato, right? Fill up a jar with water, put the sweet potato in there, and over time, a short amount of time, these slips will start to grow, right? And once they grow about 4 to 6 inches, what you're gonna do is you just peel them off. You're gonna put them into another jar with clean water in it and let them grow roots. And then after that, you're gonna put them in some soil. And next thing you know, you got sweet potatoes for free. Do you remember when you used to have to knock on your neighbor's door and ask for sugar or something for your mom when she was cooking? That's called community. We can get back to a similar concept by planting seeds, growing food, and trading and bartering with the people we know. And like I mentioned before, if you have SNAP or EBT, you can use your card to get fruit or food-bearing plants. Listen, they're cutting down trees to build grocery stores, but trees is where the food grows. Like, hey, peace, y'all.
Y'all that keep trying.
Y'all go run up Rashad Poet. That's my guy. He's been a legend. He's been around. He's been doing his thing. Him, Wisdom, Toxic But True Reality, Demi. These is legends that I know. They haven't made it to the channel in a while, now that I think about it. But I used to normally select every video. Now I let the collective send me in what y'all think y'all want to see. You know what I mean? And I might pick here and there. But these are creators that used to come on the channel day one. I just got to give them their flowers. Again, Wisdom, Demi, Rashad Poet, Toxic But True Reality. Where my guy at? Yeah. These is creators that I looked up to. Yeah, these are artists I look up to. The Matthews Gang, like DJ Ghost, like these are legends, bro. And these is people who helped me get on the path I'm on. Joe Gilsby the Great. I could go all day. Minnie, like it's all day, bro. These is legends. Y'all go run them up. Tell them I sent you.
Deathbed. Do not let your babies join this war. Because myself and 5 of my own buddies, I'm gonna tell you, one of them, he came back. He seemed all right on the outside, but he took his wife out and then drove off to a furniture store because the cops was heading after him. Locked himself in a closet and then he took himself out. I had another buddy, came back. He seemed all right too. Then his wife woke up in the middle of the night whenever she heard the door creak open. He had a bottle of Hennessy in one hand and you know what in his right. He took himself out right there in front of her. Newborn baby. Had another one. Wife cheated on him. He kept reaching out to me. I didn't know what to say. He took himself out too. This Iraq war, this Iran war, they ain't nothing but the same monster with a different face. They ain't gonna take care of your babies. They ain't gonna take care of your babies out there. Y'all need to hear me. Y'all need to spread this. I ain't putting nothing negative out here, y'all. I'm telling you the truth. Spread it like wildfire, because it needs to be said. Ain't nothing wrong with our freedom over here that we gotta go over there.
Ain't nothing wrong over here but greed, chasing after money and oil. Don't you let your babies do what I did. Because when they get out, after they have taught you how to become the thing that helps to do the mission, they don't teach you how to be you no more. You forget who you is. I don't know if I'll ever remember who I was.
Is that a tornado? Is that a tornado? Is it a tornado for real? Holy shit. Oh my god. What the frick, dude? OMG. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. What the? Oh, I hope everyone's okay over there. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Holy shit. We better go. Oh my god. Oh my god. It is lifting houses off of the... Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh, my heart is pounding. Oh, I hope they're okay. Oh my god. Holy shit.
You already seen, so we don't have to explain it anymore. Pitfall trap, you fall into the pit, spikes underneath the pit, and then you get impaled. Okay. First trap, second trap, you got a seesaw trap. You know how a seesaw works, right? Swing on this side, the other side goes up. So you falls down. The spike will goes back and hit your head when you try to stand up. Yes. Standing style. This one is a fish trap. So this fish trap came from the idea of the actual fish trap. You see the river flows. And when the fish follow the river, goes into the box, and the fish, when in the box, cannot escape the box because they are too big to fit through the gaps here. So, fish traps, same apply, but opposite side. So, you swim in the river. You swim in a flooded area. You have your leg fell down. And when your legs fell down, you stab the spike here. And when you try to pull your leg out, that's what happens. Okay. The next one is the armpit trap. Armpit trap, you fall right into the middle. If your hands, like momentum, like this will go straight into your armpits. Not a good idea. This one here is go for your chest. And it's go for your back. If you fall this way, chest and back. But if you fall this way, both sides. Very painful. This one, well, this it just hits you everywhere. It just go for all of your body because this one spin. So bottom, top to the bottom, you get all impaled. This one's over here. One's a little bit tricky. So when you fall into the trap, you shoot the spikes out. It goes straight into your leg. This trap is called sticking trap because of that reason, because it sticks into your legs. This one is a door trap. You see, usually they activate the door like this. So when you knock the door, no one answers, so you kick it open or you open the door. You open the door, this whole thing flies out. Yeah. And when you have good reflex, try to catch it. See the problem? Bottom still swing forward. And so there you go. Not just that, these traps also have a very special design to it. Look at the spikes. You can see that it's fish hooks, which means that when it goes in, it doesn't go out easy. So when you pull, pierces your skin, you lose more blood. So here is the part of the Vietnam War. You see, when a wounded soldier goes back home, they tell stories. And when the people hear the story, no one supports the war anymore. So what happens if you don't have people supporting the war and go to war anymore? Well, the government drafts them to go to war. You see, the problem about the Vietnam War is 19-year-old kids are forced to go here, away from their family, friends, loved ones, to die in Vietnam with this. And the enemy that they are shooting at is not even better. They are 14, 15, 16-year-old kids who has the only thing to do is defending their country. Yep, this is the stupidity of the war. This is why the draft system, which is 19-year-olds who are sent to Vietnam against their will, was not supported. And it's one of the biggest reasons why the US people don't like the war. So for the Vietnamese people, we don't blame the soldier who fought in Vietnam. For many countries, the reason is just like us, they don't have a choice, we don't have a choice. We're just following orders, and you know whose orders for that came from. So bad politic decision leads to this, not US soldier. Okay, so that's it.
He giving up the sauce, bro, dropping straight knowledge.
Y'all greedy asses see what's going on with Mama Nose and that damn gumbo, right? You see, the problem is y'all trust people too much. Soon as shit start trending, y'all do what the trends say. You had numerous people go and get that gumbo and said that gumbo was nasty. You had numerous people go and get that gumbo and say Mama Nose had an attitude. And then you had another woman say that she wasn't about to give her money to a lugao. And I don't think you know what that is. But you see, the quickest way for somebody to do something to you is through your stomach. Now all of a sudden, Houston Health Department is shutting her down. They're investigating her gumbo stand. You got people saying they got sick after they ate this gumbo. Now let me ask you this. What y'all think she put in this gumbo? I heard a girl say, gumbo ain't supposed to be that dark. Now me, I ain't a gumbo specialist. I ain't never have gumbo before. But tell me what you think she put in this gumbo. Matter of fact, look at what this lady said about Mama Nose.
Turn around the camera, I feel like it a little bit.
Listen to this.
Okay, you are. I'm back from my Mom Don't Let the Beyonce dance. Awful experience. It was terrible. I haven't even tasted gumbo yet, but my feelings are so hurt. How Miss Tina did me is, oh my God. I was so embarrassed and so humiliated. I wouldn't finish it out and finish my picture,
Look at that. Look at that.
She treated me not in a good way.
Somebody said they overcharging for the gumbo too. Saying they charging $25 for a little cup of gumbo. And people saying that you can get a big thing of gumbo for $13. Come on now. Cause you a celebrity? Mama knows. People love you cause you Beyonce mama knows.
Hold on, $13 for a... Look, I'm going to tell y'all directly. Out here, you either go to Asian and Cajun, you go to Joe's Crab Shack, you go to Boiling Crab. There's little places here, right? A seafood boil, to me, if we being honest, should not be less than... If you getting a big bowl, like a big one, bro, it should be anywhere from $150 to $90 tops. If it hit the $80 level, like, bro, be careful at your own expense. Be careful when you eating from the water in general, but be careful, bro. I don't like sausage in my gumbo. That's out. I don't eat pork at all, bro. That shit's out. I'm telling you, I seen a dude so sick. The way he was sick in the video, I got sick like that from In-N-Out years ago. Not from gumbo. But he was throwing up, bro. He was sweating hard. Something ain't right, bro. Don't follow these trends. Shit, like I say, if it was a trend to jump off a bridge, would you jump? I think not. Well, some people would for the clout. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts, bro. Y'all know we made it to the end of this. And if you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7. And this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps Collective grow, helps Collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But I appreciate you if you're watching the TV, whatever the case is. I wish it was smooth 7. I love y'all, Collective. I'll see everybody in the next one. Y'all know what it is. We gone.
Ay, yeah, I just check my account. Sheesh, at the amount. You probably know it.